Vani, or for seekers of God. Hope you all are enjoying the episodes. Let's see what we have today. What is going to be discussed today is Mahapurushji's manifests his spiritual powers. So Mahapurushji is going to show his spiritual powers and compassion as a guru. How to meditate and make japa. That's what he's going to tell us. How to live in the world. 3 methods of practicing japa and how to be free from doubt. Very important. How to be free from doubt. Again, today the place is Belur Math and time is 1922. For 4 or 5 months after passing away of Swami Brahmanand, a high government officer came to meet Mahapurushji at Belur Math. He made his obeisances at the feet of Mahapurushji. He did make his obeisance. He bowed down to Mahapurushji with great reverence and taking his seat on the floor, introduced himself to the Swami. Then he said, I first met Raja Maharaj about 3 years ago, and from that day I had been visiting him off and on, whenever I got an opportunity. He was very kind to me and guided me with his instructions. Mentally, I had selected him as my guru. When I expressed the idea to him one day, he held out great hope by saying, Initiation will come in due course. There is no need to be in a hurry. Follow the instructions I give you. Let the mind be prepared and everything will follow. That day, he told me much about spiritual practices, etc. From that day on, I had been practicing japa and meditation a little. I had also been visiting him now and then. But so unfortunate am I could not get initiation from him. Now it is my heart's most earnest desire that you graciously give me initiation. You represent him. You are on his seat. His power now works through you. Please do take pity on me and do not disappoint me. Mahapurushji had never seen this devotee before. Since he said to him with the sweetest words, as though speaking to a very intimate person, You are really very fortunate to have been blessed by Maharaj, who gave you instructions out of his mercy. Know what he said as nothing but the mantra itself. So what he's telling him is, whatever Maharaj had said was the mantra. That itself will bring you the desired results. I do not feel that you need any fresh initiation. Call on him with the sincerest yearning. Pray to him with tears, and you will certainly be blessed with a vision. If need be, he will grant you initiation as well. His grace is infallible. He was not like any one of the ordinary, perfected souls acting as a guru. He was none other than an immediate associate of God Himself. A merciful glance of such a one destroys the worldly bondage of a man. To the aspirant, it brings the highest perfection. When God incarnates on earth for the good of the world, these associates embody themselves and come down with Him to fulfill His mission, to preach the spiritual path best suited for that age. They seldom come separately. Besides, where could He have gone? all that he has done is to discard the physical body. Now he is with the Master in a supersensuous world with a supersensuous body. From there, he is doing infinite good to the devotees. Take it from me, you will certainly be blessed with the vision of him. The devotee. Maharaj, what you say is exceedingly true. I have received direct proof of its truth. When Raja Maharaj passed away, I was filled with great sorrow because, though I had the good fortune of coming in contact with such a highly gifted Guru, I could not get his blessings. The mind was very much upset. I prayed earnestly to Sri Ramakrishna and he heard my prayer. 3 days ago, I had a vision of Maharaj in a dream and he granted me initiation with the mantra as well. But when I woke up, I could not recollect the mantra fully. I tried hard to remember it, but failed. From that moment, I have been feeling very miserable. Finding no way out, I have come running to you. You have to take pity on me and find a way out for me. I have the conviction that He will remove this want from me through you. As he spoke these words, he burst into tears. Mahapurushji was listening to the devotee with all attention. Now, witnessing the yearning of the devotee, his face became radiant with compassion. He again consoled him, saying, Since Maharaj has shown so much kindness to you, you need not have any fear. His grace will make everything all right. Don't be despondent. When the proper time arrives, He will reveal Himself to you again and bless you. Go on calling on Him with all earnestness. But this did not bring solace to the devotee. He pressed Mahapurushji again and again for initiation. Then Mahapurushji seemed to have partially agreed. He asked the devotee to wait for a while, entered the room where Maharaj lived, and closed the door behind him. The present temple of Maharaj had not come up still. The thing that Maharaj had used remained arranged in that room, as in the olden days, and offerings were daily made before a picture of his placed there. So all Raja Maharaj's things were still in his room. After about half an hour, Mahapurushji opened the door and motioned the devotee to get in. As the devotee did so, the door was closed behind him again. A little later, Mahapurushji came out alone and sat down quietly on his bedstead. The devotee came out after an hour and prostrating himself before Mahapurushji said, My life is blessed today. You have given me the very same mantra that Raja Maharaj gave me in my dream. This has delighted me very much. I have directly perceived that He resides in you. Kindly bless me that I may realize my chosen deity even in this life. Mahapurushji, you are indeed very fortunate. Maharaj is so kind to you and he is helping you in so many ways just because you earned so much merit in your previous life. Now, engage yourself in spiritual practice with the help of the valuable gift you have received. You will have your desire fulfilled. A true devotee relies on the Lord under all circumstances, like a kitten on its mother. He calls on Him with tears and prays to Him with all humility. He alone knows when to grant the vision of Himself to the devotee. Take refuge in Him and keep waiting at His door, praying all the while with heart and soul for full faith, devotion, and love. He will fill your heart to the brim. The devotee, please teach me a little how I should meditate and make japa. I have to remain ever engrossed in my worldly duties. Besides, the responsibilities of my posts are no less exacting. Kindly bless me that I may become free from these bondages so as to be able to call on God. Mahapurushji, as for our blessings, it is always there to be sure. You too have to engage yourself in spiritual practices with determination. Go on making regular japa of the mantra you have received today, and along with japa, pray with all humility. Lord, bless me so that I may meditate on you and so that my mind may lose itself at your lotus feet. And he is sure to do so, rest assured. He is the Guru in everybody's heart, the guide, master, father, mother, friend, in fact, everything to a man. All for whom people cry in this world, thinking they are their own, will live for a few days only. The eternal companion is He alone. Go on repeating His name with full sincerity, and you will be blessed. Find that meditation will follow as a natural development. When one goes on repeating the name of the chosen deity with intense love, one becomes gradually filled with bliss. When that bliss becomes continuous, it is also a kind of meditation. Meditation are of various kinds. Go on meditating on the blessed, effulgent form of the Lord with the greatest love, and imagine that every recess of your heart shines with the light emanating from His form. As you go on thinking thus, you will feel that your whole being becomes full of joy. That joy is inexpressible. Gradually, the form also will get dissolved, and you will have the feeling of a kind of a bliss associated with consciousness. This also is a kind of meditation. There are innumerable other kinds of meditation which you will yourself come to know by stages. The main thing that counts is to call on Him with all sincerity. As you go on calling on Him and weeping for Him, all the dirt in your mind will be washed away and it will become purified. Then that pure mind itself will act as Guru to you. You will get all the answers from within yourself to all the questions that you may have about what you need at a particular time, how you should meditate, how you should call on Him, and all such things. You must have read what the Master used to say. The breeze of divine grace is blowing all the time. It is for you to unfurl your sail. This unfurling of the sail means undertaking spiritual practices with sincere diligence. He is ever eager to bestow His grace, just as a mother keeps her hands always ready to take up the child to her lap. Do try a bit, and then only will you feel how compassionate He is. The devotee. I cannot always understand how I should live in the world. It is a terrible task ever to be pandering to everybody's whims. Mahapurushji, have you read the Kathamrita of the Master? Read it very carefully. You will get beautiful solutions to these problems in the very words of the Master. This world is neither yours nor mine. It is God's creation. Those whom you think to be yours really belong to God. You have to live in this world with this belief as the background. Wife, son, daughter, relatives, friends, all are but so many creatures of God. Whatever you have to do for them, do so with the idea that you are serving Narayan in those forms. Then you won't get attached too much. And along with all this, you must have your power of discrimination wide awake. The discrimination between the real and the unreal gives rise to detachment. You are leading a householder's life very well, but that is no reason why you should lose yourself in the world. Do your duty by all, but do so with the idea of it as service to God. The Lord is infinitely kind to you. Thousands there are who have to run madly after food and other things. They are so much occupied with the thoughts of the bare necessities of life that they hardly get any time to think of God. But you do not have to worry about these physical needs. This is no inconsiderable mercy of God. God creates all the necessary opportunities for those who are sincere devotees. When all fall asleep at dead of night, rise up to call on Him with your whole being and become one with Him. Tell Him of the yearning of your heart with tears in your eyes. Midnight is the best time for spiritual practices. You have the auspicious signs of a man of spirituality. You are bound to succeed. That is why I am talking thus to you. Be up and doing at the beginning, and you will find that your whole being will be filled with an joy which is just not expressible. You will lose yourself in the current of that bliss. Can there be any comparison of that with the hollow joys of this world? Worldly pleasures appear insipid to one who gets even a slight idea of this divine joy. The devotee, should I keep count when making japa? Kindly tell me what should be the number of times I should repeat that mantra and how I should do so. Mahapurushji, japa can be performed in 3 ways: with the help of a rosary, counting on the beads, or mentally. Mental japa is the best. Tulsidas said, "One who tells his beads is vulgar. One who repeats the mantra with the help of fingers is commendable. But the highest praise goes to the one who does it all mentally." If one cultivates the habit of making japa mentally, one can go on doing it all the time and under all circumstances, even while moving about, eating, or lying down in bed. When this becomes a firm habit, it will continue even during sleep and generate a current of joy in the mind. But in the beginning, it is good to fix a determined or a definite number for the daily japa. You should sit for japa with steadfastness at least twice a day, morning and evening, and repeat the mantra for a definite number of times. It should not be less than 1,000 each time in your case. If you can increase that number, it will be still better. You can keep count with the help of a rosary or on your fingers. Saying this, he showed him how to keep count on the fingers. The master used to say, he continued, that the name and the being named are one and the same. As you repeat the mantra of the chosen deity, think of his form as well. Thus, you can have both japa and meditation simultaneously. God dwells in the heart and he sees how earnest one is in calling on him. He does not care for either the number or the time. To call on him even once only with a sincere mind is more effective than making the japa of the mantra for 100,000 times with an unsteady mind. What is wanted is intensity, yearning, and sincerity. Once you have the yearning in your mind, success is near at hand. All this does not happen in a single day. Persist in your efforts with determination, and everything will come about in due course. And come to the monastery now and then. Many monks live here. You should associate with them. Even the sight of holy men generates thoughts about God in one's heart. If in the course of your spiritual endeavors you are beset with any doubt, you can refer to me. That is exactly why the Master has kept us here. However, the truth is that if one has sincerity, one is seldom beset by doubt. Or even if a doubt arises, God Himself gets it solved from within. Sincerity, earnestness, purity, these form the main foundation of spiritual life. I hope you have read the story of the highway robber Ratnakar, who attained perfection by repeating the mantra Mara Mara. One should have faith in the Guru, the faith of a child. All doubts have their end. The more the mind becomes indrawn and the more it approaches the innermost core, the more free it becomes from doubt. Then pure bliss reigns supreme. The mind becomes suffused with divine love. Of course, it is true that all doubts cannot be dispelled till one is face to face with God Himself. When the self, which is both high and low, is realized, the knot of the heart gets untied. All doubts are solved and all one's actions get dissipated. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. For more episodes like this, stay tuned to Devakshar, like and share our videos, and do stay connected. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaskar.